Hi folks, this is another video on image planes and making sure that your reference images are set up correctly for Maya. Now a lot of you, when you're drawing your images for Maya, your reference images, often will be drawing things like swords and shields and weapons, and you will often draw these at an angle on the page. This is fine, but if you were to, let's say we were to import this into Maya at an angle, all of the transformation, the move tool, the rotate tool, all of these things would perform poorly in Maya. So we need to make sure that whenever we're modeling anything in Maya, the weapon is running flat or up, perfectly up, so it's working at 90-degree angles. So in order to get around this, what I suggest you do in Photoshop is set it up and make it neat in Photoshop. So if I just go to a new blank A4 even, and let's just do a landscape, hit create, and if you open up your scan, I mean I've just downloaded a reference image from the internet, but you will have drawn this yourself and scanned it in. Now all you're doing is you want to rotate this and make sure that it's flat to be used in Maya. So if I hit the marquee tool, this one with M, and select it all, do Control C, and then in my blank landscape A4 hit Control V, and then Control T. So it's M for marquee to select it, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, Control T to transform. And transforming it will allow me to rotate it and scale it. Now in Maya I always work this way, so I always work to the right. That's just how I work. It's not like you have to, but it's just how I do it. And I need to scale this up and make it larger. Okay, I want to try and make it as large as possible, so when I import it into Maya, it will be as detailed as possible. Okay, hit enter, and there we have it. So I've saved my my file correctly now. You could even use the marquee tool again and just select the bit that you want. So if you just select that, get rid of this, you can just then do image and crop, and we've just got our sword as we need it. So then file, save as, and we're going to save it as a JPEG. This should be going to your source images folder, so you can see my this is the folder for my Maya work, and in my source images I've got all my reference images that I use, so I'm going to save it in there as sword edited ref. That'll do. Hit save, and you want maximum, nice and detailed, hit OK. You can save the Photoshop file if you need to. You just hit save, and I'll just do sword. The guy with the ridiculous voice there was Hassan, just so everyone's aware of that when they watch this video. So in Maya, again, we need to make sure that we're importing this into the right view. There's no good importing it into perspective because that's not going to work. We need to import it into the side view. So make sure you're inside, you're going to view, image plane, import image, and then let's find it, hit open, boom, sorted. So when I start modeling to this, all of my move tools are going to be the right way up. It's much better, much cleaner way to work. And remember what I said, make sure you're pushing this back away from you and up so the grid isn't in the way. I like to kind of work just above the grid, and if I'm looking down on that center point, it's just been pushed back. So when I create models now, they're not going to be in the way. The image isn't going to be overlapping and being a nuisance, and I can quickly start to model this as I need. Last thing, X-ray mode. If you work in X-ray mode, you're going to be able to see your image. So it's this up here, it's the two squares overlapping. Working in X-ray mode will allow me to make changes and still see the image that I'm working to, so I can quickly make changes. Okay folks, that is image planes the correct way.